Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to reading for the week of April 14th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have the key in the garden. This is the Gilded Lenormand, and these two can literally represent opening up to abundance. And I was literally going to say that, and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So, this is very positive for, abundance purposes or for attracting abundance. Especially if you've been working hard at it. The key, obviously is a card of like opening something up that has been closed. And, you could be kind of like opening up one of your skills or using one of your skills to be more successful in the world. Or you could also just be opening up to like better ideas, which also could be, bringing in this success for you. So I really like to see that. You have the Tower. Almost everyone has had the Tower again this week, so, I wouldn't worry too much about it. There probably are going to be global Tower moments. I definitely wouldn't worry about it because you have the Star. The Star, immediately kind of cancels out the Tower. In the Major Arcana, we go from the Tower to the Star, and the Star represents healing from a Tower moment, so you could be just healing from a Tower moment in general. But I also, I want to say that I wouldn't be surprised if... some of you were kind of, are healing. It's like, what I'm trying to spit out here, Aquarius, I'm losing my mind today, apparently, because of the moon that we're having today. Today is April 9th, and what I was trying to spit out here is it wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of global, issue or global Tower moment. I wanted to show you this card because, again, this card can represent, like, literally just opening something up. And I think it's no mistake that you have the Ten of Pentacles, which was not in reverse, showing up here in the reading. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is a very good card, as I always say, but, to me, it's something that we work on for the rest of our lives. We don't just magically get the Ten of Pentacles. It's something that, it's something that kind of takes an extended period of time to build. It's a card of building and leaving a legacy, which, again, obviously, we don't do that overnight. So this could be something that you're working on long term. I am a big, huge fan of you fixed signs working on something long term. Like literally, I think the best advice from the universe for fixed signs is to like pick a long-term project or, pick something that has permanence, right? This could be a relationship. It could be a business. It could be everything because, the Ten of Pentacles is the tree of life. And so it's everything you want and desire, but, kind of like picking things that are going to last, right? So that means not picking things that are just that are like, get rich quick schemes, right? There are kind of like shortcuts in all areas of life, and I wouldn't necessarily say that we should be avoiding shortcuts. I think we should be avoiding the shortcuts that we know are not good, is what I would say. Like, of course, there are some shortcuts that are perfectly fine, right? But I'm talking about those shortcuts that are like, that you think is an easy button, or that just seems too good to be true. Those are the shortcuts we should be avoiding. But for the most part, if you're building something permanent, this looks very good. You have the Six of Swords. I just get this feeling of you being ready. I don't really feel Six of Swords energy on this card. I feel just you are ready for something new. I feel like you're ready to move your life in a different direction. I feel like you're ready to, kind of like just, it's almost like you're ready to like pick up and move, maybe not literally moving, but, you're ready to like make a move or you're ready to move forward. So I just get this more readiness off the Six of Swords. I'm not even getting, like I said, I'm not even getting anything that I normally would on that card. You have the Seven of Cups. I mean, at this point, it really wouldn't be an Aquarius reading without the Seven of Cups, right? So the Seven of Cups is all about fantasy, and the thing is, you have the Tower, and the Tower is about reality. This could be good because, those people inside the Tower have been living in a fantasy or not reality. They've been ignoring reality, and the universe is bringing them down to earth so they can see reality for how it actually is. And I feel a lot of you could be kind of like coming down to reality, especially since this is coming up in the first row, especially since this is something that it has come up for you nonstop for a couple of years now. You've been getting the Seven of Cups with me. And so it seems to me like you're no longer like dreaming about something. I feel like you are ready. Like I said, with that Six of Swords, it's like you're ready to make a move or you're ready to take action. One thing I will say is you have two sevens here, and two sevens represent internal fears that don't exist. And you go up to this King of Cups. We have the Two of Cups, or sorry, the Lovers. We have the Emperor here. We have the Two of Cups right here. So I feel for a lot of you that, this could be love. It's like maybe you've been fantasizing about love, or, maybe you have a specific person in mind. Seven of Pentacles is kind of like the fear of, is it worth it? Seven of Pentacles is like, sure, I could invest time, effort, or energy into a person, but is it worth it? Like, that's what you're wondering. But at the same time, I kind of feel like this reading is saying you're going to find out. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups, which is amazing. One of my favorite combinations in the tarot, because the Ten of Cups is really like fortune after difficulty, or good things happening after a difficult period of time. So a lot of you, this is definitely just a good reading. I kind of feel, good feelings here, like you're feeling better, you're feeling more clear to me. I also feel you're like more clear on your direction with that Six of Swords coming up, because it's like you're just ready to go, is the best feeling I could give you on that Six of Swords. Can't make this up. With the Six of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups. Could be a love offer, but doesn't have to be. A lot of people, I would say, since maybe mid-March or so, have been getting these readings that have been talking about like the importance of flow. Now, flow could be anything. And I'm a big fan, like literally it changed my life. That's why I talk about this so much, because my life sucked for like 4.5 years and I was miserable and I wasn't in the flow. But, also at that time, I didn't even know like what it meant to be in the flow, right? And so to me, the Ace of Cups is about doing things that cause your energy to overflow. I used to think to be successful and make money, I had to work, right? And I always tell a story. My mom used to always say to me, you're trying too hard. You're working too hard. You're not going out and having fun. That used to piss me off like you wouldn't believe, right? But guess what? Mom is always right? That's the lesson here. So, it wasn't until I started getting into the flow by, doing things that I enjoy, filling up my fun bucket, going for walks, doing all those things, that things turned around. Again, I am convinced if we only work, and I work a lot, trust me, but if we only work, we don't get good ideas when we're working. I don't, definitely. So, I think we get our best ideas when we are in the flow, when we're having fun, when we're going for a walk, when we're meditating, when we're, taking care of ourselves, all that. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's time to stop creeping here, Aquarius, is kind of like what I feel for you. I'm not calling you out, but, I mean, I'm a Pisces. Pisces is, like, notorious for watching their lovers from a bush, right? So, like, I get it. But at the same time, I think it's time to, like, make a move for those of you that are creeping a little bit here. And if you're not creeping, then I would say, well, I think you are, but at the same time, if you're not, then I would just say there could be someone new coming in for you. There is. Like, there's good love stuff here. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Desire and Attraction card and this Stability and Growth card. Yeah, the whole reading, like, I kind of feel stability and growth is like the theme of the reading. I think that is what the reading is getting at. Definitely a lot of attraction here if you are attracting a person. And if you don't want love, this could, and even if you do, I would say that, you start with the Queen of Wands. She really pays attention to her desires and like what she is attracted to. But that could be anything. It could be her dream life. It could be a business or a job or a career that she's attracted to, that she wants to get going on. So, it could be anything. The thing about the Queen of Wands is that she has to learn as she goes. And she is the card of learning as you go. And a lot of you could be just, learning how to do things as you move forward. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is like a change in direction. I feel like you're more asking yourself if something is worth it or not. And I don't really have a good answer for you because, the Seven of Pentacles kind of says, well, you have to find out, especially when we get the Seven of Cups as well coming up here. So I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like saying, well, really you could just dream about this all day long, or you could, find out if something is going to be worth it or not. I've noticed that the air signs get the Seven of Pentacles a lot. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? So a lot of you could be like trying to figure out if, what you're doing right now, like what you're working on is worth it or not. It's a card of deep analysis. It's kind of like one of those things where I do think it would be a good, like, I feel we are in a good time of analysis, just like looking at what you're doing, talking it out. Literally, even if you just talk to yourself, right, your ideas, and like just trying to weigh it out and kind of see what direction you want to move in. So I do get a little bit of that just in general in your life, talking things out. I'm a big fan of writing, so like writing things down. I am convinced when you write things on a piece of paper, not the computer, you write it out. It's like you externalize like whatever you're dealing with, and you put it outside of your body, and so I think that would be a good exercise with that card as well. You have the Two of Cups, so there could be a perfect match coming in for you if you want love. Clearly, I mean, it is a good love reading, and we are in a good time for love, especially as we move throughout the rest of this month and get into May. There definitely could be a connection coming in for you. Two of Cups is you and your higher self as well. So, I think that, filling your fun bucket, getting into the flow so that you can better get answers from your higher self would also be important with the Two of Cups. If you want love, this is usually a person who's different than your usual type. I have noticed that air signs in particular seem to be getting the Two of Cups more than everybody else. So, again, it definitely seems to be an air sign thing that you could be attracting like a different type of person or someone who looks different or acts different or whatever, and that's probably a good thing, as I always say, because, I think we fall into patterns where we just pick the same type of person, and usually that's a problem. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles, which you have twice here. Page of Pentacles, sometimes I feel is like good news. He is a messenger. Most people say that the knights in the tarot are the messengers, but the Page of Pentacles can also deliver messages, and it can be news. The thing about the Tower here is that this could be like a pleasant surprise because, we have the Star here, and we have just good cards in general. So you could be surprised that a person is communicating with you, or that you're getting the good news that you are getting with that Tower card. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords. I don't remember who I said this to. It really wouldn't surprise me if it was like a fire sign that was coming in for you here. The other thing is, like, people always ask me, like, I think sun sign compatibility is BS. I think the best things to look at in your chart for love purposes are your moon, Venus, and Mars, and maybe Jupiter as well. So, I think those are the best places to look in your chart at, like, for your love compatibility. So, that's like one thing to pay attention to here. Could be any sign. I feel that the King of Swords is saying, sometimes I feel the King of Swords basically says that this is a person you haven't met yet, or it's a person that you haven't communicated with yet, just in general. So for a lot of you, like I said, it's like you're either creeping or they could be creeping. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. Or you just haven't met this person yet, or you just haven't talked to him yet. With the Two of Cups, you have the Hierophant. Marriage potential here. I always say, like, tarot shouldn't be taken, like, literally. I think that tarot is kind of like a layer in your life. It's just loose guidance at best. So there's definitely could be marriage potential here. And yeah, sure. The Hierophant I like because these two people are being initiated into like a belief system by the Hierophant. One thing that I am getting here is that we go up here to the Tower, like both people are falling out of the Tower on the Tower. It wouldn't, I'm kind of getting two things here on the Tower if you are meeting a person, like over the next like month and a half or so. Yeah, I know this is a weekly reading, but the universe doesn't wear a watch, right? And I kind of feel this could be, if it is love, I feel this could be coming in for you over the next 6 weeks. And, I kind of feel this is like two people who have both experienced major Tower moments. It kind of is popping into my head as two people who are, going through like a big transition in their life. So it's like maybe you're changing your career, right, or something, and you meet a person at your new career, and maybe they also just changed their career. Like, you know what I mean? It's like popping into my head as a big change. It could be any other type of big change as well. It's like maybe you move somewhere, and maybe you find out you meet a person and they just moved there. I think that could be a clue for you here, Aquarius. That's why I'm bringing it up. Next in the area messages from your future self, you have this balance card and this freedom card. Can't make that up. It's literally saying, work hard, play hard, right? It's like balancing, work and freedom. I think you need that kind of like getting whatever you do to get out of your head. I would be like, what are the things you do where you almost lose track of time or where you forget what you're doing? like not forget, but you get what I'm saying? Like you forget about the world. Like usually that's like a hobby or something you enjoy doing. I think you need more of that. And you might be thinking, I need money. Like, trust me, I was in that space for 4 years, over almost 5 years, where I was like, I need money. I can't go do these things. But really, nothing changed in my life until I did the things that I said I couldn't do because I needed money, right? And so, again, I totally feel that, especially in the beginning of the reading and also right here. You have the King of Cups, the Tower, and the Page of Pentacles. So the King of Cups can be a person who's very like emotional, has great emotional depth to them. Could be a water sign, but like I said, fire and earth really stand out to me in this reading. It could be any sign, general reading. Again, I think it also popped into my head that this is like more of a moon sign connection. So it's like maybe whatever your moon sign is and whatever their moon sign is match up better together. And so whatever. I think that people should just find a good person. I think, I've had the same like 3 people leaving comments in my video since day one. I've had this channel for almost 11 years now. And I have the same people saying, I would never date a Leo. I would never date an Aquarius. I'm like, that's why you've been single for 11 years, right? And so I think we should be looking at other things, not just the sun. Not every single sun sign is the same. Plain and simple. So it could be any sign. Just find a good person. I think this person's probably pretty adventurous as well because the King of Cups has this boat here. And the boat kind of represents stepping into the unknown. And that definitely is popping into my head with this person. It's like, this person could be a little bit adventurous or, I kind of just intuitively feel this is a person who lives life on their own terms. It's kind of like a weird message as well that I'm getting here, Aquarius, that if you are attracting a person, it's like their lifestyle might make you a little nervous at first, but not like, I'm not saying like this person is out partying every single night. What I'm saying is that this person, it's like maybe, sometimes I think that people who have a business, right? It's like they can be a little bit more rebellious. And also, if you're with a person who has a business, it's like their income might be unpredictable. Like there's something, that's what I'm trying to say here, I think, is that there's something that makes you feel a little not safe, but not like in a bad way. Just, maybe they have an unpredictable income or something. I don't know. But I think you will quickly overcome those feelings here with the King of Cups if this is love. Outside of love, for all of you, I think that, kind of like exploring your emotions and how you feel about just everything would be a good exercise for you. You have the Tower. I do think that there could be, like I said, some sort of global tower moment this week. It's like every time this happens, something happens like in the world. So I don't know. We could see like a world leader stepping down. We could see someone stepping down. We could see just a big surprise on the world stage, and just don't be surprised because I told you so. Every time this happens, something happens. It's like the last time this happened, the Queen of England died. I said, in those readings, I was saying that, it could be like a world leader stepping down. I was pretty freaking close. So, it could be anything. I also feel that you could just be healing from a transition going this way to this star card. A tower, I always say, doesn't have to be a bad thing. A tower can be a move. It could also say that you are just entering into a new reality. So if you are going through a transition, like getting a new career or settling into a new place or something like that, this would basically say that's exactly what you're doing. You have the Page of Pentacles again. Again, definitely a new person. I think there will be good communication with this person. So, Page of Pentacles usually doesn't have a problem communicating. Another weird message I'm getting here, if this is love, is like, I feel like this person doesn't like small talk. Like, you're not going to be talking about the weather with this person. I feel like this person has a lot more to say. So, and that might stand out to you. Like, if you go on a date with this person, it probably like won't be a normal date. They'll probably talk about something else. So, there you go. With the King of Cups, here you go. Queen of Cups, very deep connection. Again, love reading for sure, because if you want love, this could be like a very strong emotional connection. There could be almost like an immediate emotional connection just in general with the person as well. So that looks pretty good. With the Tower, you have the Four of Cups. I feel like if you have your eye on a person, you could be nervous or like worried that they wouldn't be interested in you here, Aquarius. And I feel like they are, or they will be. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. I said this to someone else as well, like Capricorn maybe this week. Like it could be a Capricorn that you're attracting into your life, or it could be. I think it was Capricorn. I'm pretty sure. So it could be. for sure. They had a very similar message, but like I said, it could be any sign, so don't get too hung up on the sign, but could be a little nervous. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the are you kidding me? You have the Queen of Swords. I am not a big fan of the King and Queen of Swords together because they're not talking. So again, there's definitely something about like a need to speak up, especially if you're interested in a person. I think this person will talk, but it's like getting that started is kind of like what needs to happen here with these two cards. So it's like there needs to be communication. Like I always say, I think that, I think we have the potential to be with many different people on Earth. I don't really believe in the whole there's like one person for you. I think it's mostly BS, because I think we have free will basically. So it's like this could happen or not. Like if there's no communication, then nothing's gonna happen. If there is communication, obviously something will happen. So there you go. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card. It says your commitment is being tested. You also have this card that says confidence is the key to your success. Yes, definitely. I think being confident is going to help you this week, just in general, not even just love. And I also think that you are committing to the dream. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. It's like, do you really want this? There's like some sort of dream that you have or a life that you want to create. And it's like saying, hey, are you going to commit to this idea or these ideas you have? With the key card, it's like, are you going to turn the key and open the door is, kind of the question here. You have the Star, the Lovers, and the Emperor, which is great. The Star is your card. Whenever you show up as yourself, it kind of puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. The Star also represents healing from a tower moment. Like I said, doesn't even have to be that big of a deal. You could just be healing from a transition, which is kind of what I feel with the Star card. You have the Lovers. There's some sort of perfect match coming in for you at this time. It might be over the next 6 weeks. Again, yes, it's a weekly reading, but whatever. The universe doesn't wear a watch, like I said. So this could happen between now and like the end of May, I feel, where you could be attracting a person. But again, I also don't think this only has to be a person. If you're trying to make a decision or a choice on anything in your life, 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, this could be you discovering something that really fits in very well into your life. I feel like there's a need in this reading as well, like I said, to just get ideas out of your head. It's like sometimes, and maybe this perfect match is like a friend or your parents or, Chat GPT, right? You can talk to Chat GPT and just put your ideas out there and see what it comes up with, right? So I feel like there's a need to kind of like have a sounding board for your ideas or your plans or your goals or your wishes or your dreams. It's like, I really feel that will make the difference this week. Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's like if you don't get the ideas out, even if it's on a piece of paper, I feel like you're going to feel more stuck. If you do get the ideas out, I feel like you'll just get a bunch of stuff out and you'll probably set yourself free. So, this perfect match could be like a person that you just talk at and just get your ideas out. You have the Emperor. Again, clearly could be attracting an Emperor. A lot of people have been getting the Emperor, though. We just had Neptune move into Aries. So, we could just be kind of starting new things. Aries is the initiator, and the Emperor can just say, we're just getting started. With the Star, here you go. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Again, 10 of Pentacles is picturing your life as if it were perfect. And of course, life isn't perfect. But if it was, what would it look like? And how can you get closer to the vision? I always say, 10 of Pentacles is not something that I think we will ever truly have. And that might sound disappointing, but really it's not, because 10 of Pentacles is your grand vision. It is like taking everything you want, multiplying it by 100, and even if you only get like half of the way there, your life is going to be a lot better than you ever thought. So 10 of Pentacles, I always say, is like a worthy goal to work towards. You can't make this up. With the Lovers, you have the 8 of Wands, like the card of communication. So communication is key, but again, you could just be talking at something. You don't have to communicate with a person. You could talk to Chat GPT, like I said, and communicate that way. Clearly, as I already said, if you want love, there needs to be communication in this situation, whatever it is. With the Emperor, you have the Page of Wands. A lot of Page energy here. Page of Wands, I think, encourages us to be more playful, to enjoy life more, just have fun, not take things too seriously. And if you could do that, then, that could be good for you as well. There is like this element of work hard, play hard going on in this reading. So, balance the two things out. You have this goldfish. It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yes, love it. Ten of Pentacles twice. Definitely could be abundance coming in for you. You have this hammock. It says taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yes, both. I think a vacation would be great for you if you could take one. If you can't take a vacation, like I said, carving out even just 5 minutes a day to meditate or take a break would be a good idea. You have this inkpot card. It says problems to be resolved. This card represents like small issues, and so again, don't let small issues get in the way of your success. Like take care of the small issues and you'll be fine. You have this desk. It says pay attention to your work. Yes, definitely work is important here. Ten of Pentacles twice. Again, there could be like a work transition. It kept popping into my head in this reading that there could be like a work transition or transformation where you're changing your work or working in a different way. And then you have this butterfly. It says a change for the better, clearly. Just in general, the reading is saying, a change for the better, more or less. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. That's like fortune after difficulty or, good things happening after a difficult period of time. So love it, Aquarius. Really good. Thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.